Hey guys, Nova Bullshitter here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing alright. And today is a good day as we've got an update from Monster Hunter. Over on Twitter, you can see here, Director Tokuda shares new update details in his latest director's letter. And they've got some highlights here. Lead weapons in title update 2, hammer improvements, tempered monsters 8-star, new reward system in the future update, which is very interesting. We're going to get into that bit later. And then improvements and adjustments. So let's get into the full article to see what they've got to say. So if you see here, we got the message from Tokuda, May 2025, just for you guys to know for future reference. And we got here, hello hunters, this is Yuya Tokuda, the director of Monster Hunter Wilds. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has played our game. As previously announced, the version 1.011 update is planned to be released on May 28th, so that's tomorrow as of this recording, bringing an abundance of new features and changes to the game, including a collaboration with Street Fighter 6, which you may have seen, and I also did a reaction video to that, so shout out to the guys, the Smash Brothers. You can check the description, check out that video, it's pretty fun. We watched it live. Anyway, with version 1.011, title update 2 and subsequent title updates, we want to provide more great content for you to enjoy, as well as make various adjustments to make Monster Hunter Wilds even more fun to play. I hope you'll check out each update as it's released. This is pretty cool. As we already know, we got the collaboration here, the Street Fighter 6 special collaboration, which looks pretty cool. I'm kind of curious how much damage Akuma does. You can see here there's an icon here for the fist. So yeah, I guess you just keep pressing the item for we got a couple things here as well. So this is interesting. I guess we're gonna really see how this works, I guess. Maybe using the item is the actual attack itself. I actually don't know, but let's see here. Including the collaboration equipment for Akuma full armor set and Akuma's laid armor. When you have either equipped, 3 items will be added to the item bar. Assisted combo, Akuma, drive impact, and Guru Hadouken. So yeah, getting the full armor set also adds an extra bonus to Akuma's attacks, which is pretty interesting. We're gonna have to see how much damage that actually adds. So that's coming out tomorrow. So check that one out, guys, if you guys are interested. They also talk about the assisted combos here. This attack can be selected from the item bar consecutively to pull off a combo. So like we were just theorizing a moment ago. Yeah, seems like it's all based on the item bar. So what about your normal attacks? How does that go? I guess your normal attacks will just be your normal weapon, right? This is literally using your items instead, which is pretty interesting. I wonder what happens when you use sword shield, right? Using sword shield and then using your attacks at the same time. What happens then? That's gonna be super interesting. I gotta test that one out. Sword shield mains, you have to join me on that one because I'm pretty sure that's going to be a lot of fun. Your drive gauge fills over time, so there's even a drive gauge. And once it's full, a drive impact can be performed. Nice. Drive impacts can be activated by selecting the move in the item bar or holding L2, then pressing R1 during the combo. And this will change depending on your controller, of course. When Akuma's full armor set is equipped, this move will gain an offset effect. Interesting. And hitting a monster's wound or weak point will activate the Shin Goku Satsu attack, which will gain stun properties. I butchered that name 100%, but it's interesting that this also has stun. So it has an offset attack, it has a stun, and it does extra impact on weak spots and also wounds, which is pretty cool. Used skillfully, these actions can be used to slay even the most difficult monsters in the game. Okay, wow. So they're saying that this is actually pretty useful, and maybe it's something that you can actually use in a proper hunt. You can also add each action to your shortcut menu to make it easier to pull off in the heat of the hunt. Okay, there's plenty more to discover within this special collaboration, and we hope fans of both series enjoy everything this content has to offer. Alright, cool. So you can see more by visiting these sites. Well, that's pretty cool, to see them add a bit more effort into the collaborations. So I hope we get to see more of this in the future. But one of the main things I know people were annoyed about was monsters and how challenging they were, because Arkveld was the only 8-star tempered monster, unfortunately. So when it came to difficulty and rewards, Arkveld gave you the most. Now it's good that in this version we're going to get tempered Gore, Raydao, Ufduna, all of the apexes basically, which is pretty cool. And they'll become huntable at Hunter rank 41, which is pretty nice. And you can also get good materials from this too. So if you're still hunting for artillery weapons for some crazy reason, then yeah, you can do that, I suppose. We also got something here. Each of these monsters have had various behind the scenes adjustments to make them more resilient, such as increased health, resistance to wounds, and tweaks to multiplayer scaling. I'm interested in that multiplayer scaling. I feel like a lot of monsters don't get enough multiplayer scaling. Monsters don't increase their HP or damage in general as much as I think it should. Definitely how easy it is to lock down monsters in this game. Now, while it's good with these tempered monsters, they do have some wound resistance. There are still so many ways to really lock down a monster in this game. I mean, there's always been ways to lock down monsters in Monster Hunter, but in this game specifically, there's a plethora of ways to do that. So I'm hoping they have enough HP to make them more challenging in general. Okay, then it says here, Tempered Gore Magala 8-star is expected to provide a particularly tough challenge to even the best of hunters. You know what, Capcom? I need to see what you're saying about this, because I don't know, man. AT Raydao got fucked, alright? He was a bitch. He was a bitch for me and my Lance. What can I say? Shields are OP. It's not my fault. It's just how it is. And he got destroyed. Didn't die once. Okay, face this formidable beast at your own risk. Yep, I'll risk it. We'll see. Also, numerous improvements to quests. Higher difficulty quests will now appear more frequently as your HR increases. Also, both spawn rates of quests with multiple monsters and the appearance rates of tempered monsters with higher strength ratings have been increased. This is great. One of the weird things, and I think missed opportunities with the rating system of difficulty and the star system in general, is that it doesn't feel like they really used it much. The higher hunter rank, the later one in the game, it still feels like you're seeing like 1-star monsters, 2, 3 stars, and you're not seeing as many tempered monsters as you want. It really felt like, for me to want to fight tempered monsters, they really want to push me to play online with people and to do SOSs and join people's hunts. But that's not how I play Monster Hunter. I mostly play alone. If I want to fight something, I want to fight it, so I'll post the quest, or I'll fight with my teammates, my friends. And yeah, sure, we can share quests together that we have, but at times, you know, I want to be able to just put up a quest and fight something. So at least here, there's going to be a better spawn rate of higher level monsters, and maybe even more than just 2 monsters in a multiplayer hunt. In a multi-monster hunt, maybe you can get 3 or even 4 as we used to get. I mean, even up to 5 in old games as well. So maybe you can get that too. Even in World, actually, we did have quests with 5 monsters too. So, you know, it'll be good to get that in this game as well. And it makes sense for this game where it's so open and there's so many monsters on the map. Having quests where you need to fight like 5 monsters does kind of make sense. So them leaning more into it is just good in the end. And unfortunately, it wasn't there at the start, but hopefully this does add a lot of longevity when it comes to future updates for this game, and also the expansion. But we'll talk about that one another day. They also talk about Tato Update 2, which is going to come in summer. New monsters will be included into Wilds. New monsters, interesting. I wonder why they don't say new monster, because we know it's laggy, but they say new monsters, so maybe more than one. But I mean, we only had Mizu for the Title Update 1, so I don't know how to really think about that. Or maybe they mean Arc Tempered Monster as well, which I assume. As you can see here, it says similar to Title Update 1, new Tempered Monsters 8 stars, as well as a new Arc Tempered Monster will make an appearance. So players should prepare for hunts that are more challenging than ever before. You know what, Capcom? I just have to say it, right? You need to bring it. Just saying prepare ain't gonna do anything for me, because apparently I didn't need to prepare, and AT Raydao felt like a bitch. So I don't know what's next. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, what, Ufduna maybe, guys. Then I guess New Udra and Gingerhead will probably be the latter portion of the Arc Tempered. Now I'm wondering when other tempered monsters are gonna get made into 8-star. I guess Mizu, because Mizu I believe is 7. Are they gonna do other, like, I guess strong monsters as well for 8 stars? I guess we have to see how that goes. I can't remember what other tough monsters there are in the game, actually, now think about it, apart from the Apexes and the Arcvale and Gore. Are there any other monsters that are only 7 that could get the update to 8? I'm actually not too sure. I really can't remember. Maybe Gravios, something like that. Rathalos, Guardian Rathalos, Ebony Odogram, maybe things like that. Anyway, on top of that, guys, they talk about balancing adjustments. So I'm not going to talk about everything here, but a lot of balancing has been made in this new title update. They definitely hint at hammer being one of the big things they've improved on. And I want to just read this part here. While some weapons have had certain parameters adjusted downwards, other parameters have been adjusted upwards. And viewed in totality, I think you will find that all weapon types have their possibilities expanded. So I encourage you to give them a try for yourself once the update is out. So what do they mean by this? Basically, they mean maybe some of the more powerful and over abused parts of a weapon is going to get nerfed, while the parts that aren't really used are going to get buffed. Like, let's say Gunlunk, for example, that full bursting combo is just so strong, people are using that so much, maybe that's going to get nerfed. Maybe charge shots are going to get buffed. I don't think people are using it that much when it comes to that weapon. So, and maybe things with like light bow guns and heavy bow guns, some of the less used mechanics are going to get buffed, and the ones that are really prevalent, really good, are going to get nerfed. One thing that comes to mind is actually Insect Glaive and their Focus Strike. It's really strong. Collecting all those extracts, definitely OP, and using the full release is so strong. Maybe they're going to nerf that and then buff other aspects of the weapon. Yeah, we can only hope. We can see here they also say the hammer is planned to receive various improvements in Title Update 2, in addition to adjustments made in this update. So they're going to keep on improving on hammer, including the additional of an offset effect for certain attacks and the additional of a follow-up attack upon a successful offset. Yeah, the offset is so weird because you need to be in the hammer golf swing combo stance and hold it for the right moment. It just feels so weird to have an offset attack inside of your combo and you don't have an easy or fast way to get to it. It's strange. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with it overall. I do hope they have improved it enough to give hammer mains what they want. Now, the thing that makes me quite excited about this is not just the fact that hammer's getting buffed. I mean, that's great. It's always nice to see that Capcom are listening to the community and they're trying to change things accordingly to what they've seen people have problems with in their games. So I want them to keep that up, but I also hope this doesn't become just an afterthought thing. I hope they can also do this before the fact. Definitely when it comes to things like Zoshia and that monster being fightable again in the base game, like stuff like that. Hopefully we can see more of that just done right the first time around. And the smaller things, like maybe like weapon balancing, sure, you know, over time maybe there are things that you realize that doesn't work as well. Those can get buffed and changed later on, but there are definitely some things that do need to be right the first time. After all, we are paying for a product up front, and we do hope and expect the products to be of high quality up front, right? I think that's only fair. Definitely when we're giving them our money and they're giving us their service, it's only fair. Okay, quality of life improvements, which is pretty good. Hunters will be able to rest in the hub. I did not know you couldn't do that, to be honest. I know you can rest in your camp, but I mean, I guess there's going to be places to rest outside. I don't know. A confirmation, yeah, this doesn't matter. Okay, what else we got here? Added features. Okay, new features as mentioned in the previous. Okay, academic life you capture. Okay, so you can have a list of academic life you capture. So boys, all of you academic life fans, you guys who came from World and love to capture all those small insects, creatures, take pictures of all the stuff, this is for you. This is totally built for you to fill up this sheet with all your interest of bugs around the hunting verse. So yeah, get hunting guys, get capturing. You know, if you're tired of Arkveld Simulator, you know, they've already got some 8-star quests coming, so that's good. On top of that, you can hunt some academic life. So yeah, man, mixing it up, it's pretty good. So that's good to see. What else have we got here? Yep, we talked about layered weapons, which is pretty cool. People are excited about that. Now, stability. This one's weird. All right, this one's weird because it feels like patch to patch, things get worse and better. Like when the game came out, it was like running like dog shit, like no cap. It was terrible. And then the patch came out. It actually was better for me, honestly. I could actually run the high texture pack without my game running like it was running on wood, or I don't know, like it was just garbage. Now again, after some more patches, I started to get stuttering, I started to get frame drops. I don't know what happened, and now they've done more VRAM fixes, which is great. But like I was saying, guys, this is one of the things that you do hope is good or satisfactory, at least on release. It wasn't in this case, and it's well documented that it wasn't in this case, and I don't think anyone can say it was fairly without slightly lying. So I hope they learn from this lesson and they keep on improving on their releases and make sure that we don't have a situation where every patch they need to fix numerous of issues, performance issues throughout many different GPUs, CPUs and rigs, because it's really difficult. It's been really difficult on PC. It got review bombed to hell, you know, when the game came out because of it. And yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, definitely when you're paying for a game up front, you don't deserve that. You honestly don't deserve that. So yeah, keep at it, Capcom. Keep at it. And I'm gonna keep my eye on this, honestly. Okay, here, game cycle. This is interesting. What's this about? With the addition of tempered monsters, the rewards for 8-star investigations and field surveys have been increased. Interesting. Guild points rewards for fishing have been rebalanced. I don't fish at all. I don't think there's really a need to fish. I don't fish. That's fine. I've never really fished in any Monster Hunter game, apart from maybe Monster Hunter 4U, I think, for some specific things, but I don't remember. Certain whoopers and rare fish have had their rewards increased, while others have had their rewards decreased. That's fine. As I mentioned in the monster section, even stronger monsters are planned to be added in future updates. What does this mean? What do you mean by this, Capcom? I have no idea. What are these stronger monsters and what are they going to do? Like, are they saying something more than just tempered monsters, or are they saying more tempered monsters? Or like, are they talking about event quest monsters? Like, I'm not too sure really. Is there something new that's not tempered coming, an arc tempered coming? Frenzy? Maybe they're going to play Frenzy, because so far the Frenzy is isolated into the ice map and monsters are just falling left, right and center on that map with the Frenzy virus. Like, they don't last, they barely stay alive. Like, they just die instantly basically. So maybe they touch something there. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yep, they say stay tuned, so I'm going to stay tuned, Capcom. I'm going to watch, but this is quite interesting. To complement this, a new system will be added with rewards and equipment that allow you to diversify your skill builds. Yeah, I noticed this, guys. They misspelled builds. I guess this happened in a rush. Capcom needed to get out there quickly. They needed everyone to know what's going on in Wilds, you know. People have been saying Wilds is dead. It's not the case. It's not the case, because we got skills and builds to diversify our set. So we go right here. So this is quite interesting though. This is quite interesting. I wonder what they're going to add. Is this going to be something like rampage skills like in Monster Hunter Rise? Is this going to be like augments in World and 4U? Like, what are they planning when it comes to this? I'm actually very intrigued, because I do want to buff up and diversify my skill builds. Yeah, man, because I think I've earned it, honestly. And then lastly, he thanks everyone for their continued support of Monster Hunter Wilds, which, you know, thanks, I guess. Then going on here, you can actually get more information on specific balance changes they've done throughout the game, which is pretty cool. As you can see here, increased spawn rate of quests with multi-monsters, that's fine. Increased the appearance rate of tempered monsters with higher strength ratings. Increased the appearance rates of all tempered monsters excluding, what the hell? Excluding Ufduna. Why excluding Ufduna? What's up with that? Guys, I don't know what's up with this. That seems a bit weird to me. Why excluding Ufduna? I don't know if you guys in the comments know why they'd exclude Ufduna from this improvement. Does this have to do with Mizu? Does this have to do with the Eclampsy phase or something? I'm actually not too sure, to be honest. Who knows? New armor, new pendants, new stuff, blah blah blah. New armor, handler stuff. If you guys, you know, want to simp over her, go for it. Yeah, this is the right update, guys. If you want to know, this is 1.011. Then going down, you can actually see some more stuff, some fixes to the base, some mission stuff you guys want to see. Fixing issue with Tetracaba quest wouldn't stop, preventing progress. Yo, imagine imagine picking up this game, buying it full price, and you can't fight Tetracaba. You're like, what's going on? You're just going around the map, seeing all these Balaharas, testing out the weapon. You're like, yo, how do I fight Tetracaba? I can't fight Tetracaba. Skill issue. I gotta say, skill issue. You can't beat the first Tetracaba. There you go. There you go. No, I'm joking. Not skill issue. You actually have an excuse. You can be like, yo, Nova, yo, Monster Hunter community. Obviously, it was a bug. That's why I couldn't beat the base Tetracaba. So all of you base Tetracaba boys out there, unable to beat the base first monster in the game that dies in a couple of hits, I feel for you. It wasn't your fault. It was a bug. It was definitely a bug. Anyway, moving on. Improve visibility by adjusting the transparency effect for large monsters that appear close to the camera. Okay. Monsters resistant to paralysis now gain more paralysis resistance each time the element is triggered on them. That's because paralysis is broken in this game, which is a bit strange. I don't know why it is, because it's never been broken before. It's just been decent or bad, and now it's broken, which, I mean, I guess it is what it is. But Gingerhead can fall out of his area. That's interesting. Let's go to more interesting stuff. Yeah, we got play stuff here. Rocksteady now fully negates stun. Fix an issue where recovering stamina, the time left until your stamina would begin to deplete naturally would not properly reset. I don't know if there's anything interesting in this section, but there was stuff here. We see here with the greatsword, longsword issues. They haven't fixed the latency, the input lag with longsword and a lot of the weapons, unfortunately, it seems like. So I guess people are going to be quite mad about that. I know Shibs, he doesn't like using longsword in this game because of the latency issue, so he's just stuck with Charge Blade, which is fine. A lot of fixes to issues, guys, but Hammer, you see here, the overall power of attacks have been increased. Elemental scaling for charge shot and overhead smash has been increased, which is pretty cool. You know, adding some elemental builds, why not? You can now evade while readying upswing attack. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's cool. So once you're waiting for the upswing, the offset, you can now dodge out of it, which is pretty cool. The responsiveness of actions performed while charging have been improved, and sliding has now made easier to perform. Yeah, I mean, sliding is weird. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It depends on the game. In Road, sometimes it's great. In Rise, sometimes it's great, but then it's not great, and then it is great. Like, I don't know. The sliding stuff with Hammer is just, it's just so off. It is what it is though. Okay, the counter time for Focus Blow, Earthquake is not easier. Okay, cool. So maybe guys, check out this. Let me know what you think when if you're a Hammer main. Have they done you justice? You also got Hunting Horn, Echo Bubbles, Performance, and Focus Strike reverb damage has been increased. I don't know how I feel about Echo Bubbles. I think the mechanics is just kind of weird, but you know, I'm not really using Hunting Horn in this game anyway. I haven't really used Hunting Horn since Monster Hunter GU, to be honest. I like old school Hunting Horn, but that's just me. It's fine, you don't have to agree with me, guys. Everyone's opinions are fine to have. Gun Lance, interesting. The overall power of attacks and elements have been increased. Wow, that's pretty cool. Elemental values of crits now apply to the consecutive hits of the Wyvern State Cannon. I have no idea that it didn't actually work. I haven't used much of Gun Lance in this game because it's kind of OP. It used to be my secondary, but I don't really like using OP weapons, so I don't use it, unfortunately. Adjust the power of scaling, increase the damage. Why does it keep getting... It's like everything's getting increased. Okay, wait, okay, here we go. Slightly decreasing the attack power scaling of Wormstake Full Blast, while significantly increasing it for Burst Fire. Interesting. Now, the Full Blast was OP. Reducing the damage, I think is good. Yeah, I think it's good. Making other ways to play the weapon better, I think that's only for the better. Like, why not? There's other improvements here, guys, so if you want to check this out, it's going to be in the description down below. Yeah, I don't know much about bows and stuff, so I'm not going to comment on that. What's this about? Added supplementary information to descriptions for damage related skills such as bludgeoner. Great, because there's so many damage related skills and so many skills in general, we don't really have the information to understand the requirements and what the requirements mean and the effects you actually get. So for them to actually show us, I think that's great. I think that's great, and that's the true quality of life that I need. Honestly, this type of quality of life is what I need. Just keep it, like always keep it. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Decrease how often the handler moves around freely in Suja Peaks of Accord. They know how annoying this handler is. I've said it in Discord, guys. I don't like this handler, not because of the personality or anything like that, not because of how she handles herself in the story. It's literally because of the mechanics around the handler. It's garbage. Moving around all the time, hard to find in each map, always in your frame when you're trying to take a picture, just in the way of the monster, getting hit sometimes, and you're like, how are you not getting damaged? Like, always saying the same lines over and over again about carving the tail. You gotta carve the tail. Like, bro, I've been playing the game for like 220 hours. I know what carving the tail is about. Please, just shut up. And there's still no way to lower the volume of NPC voices, unfortunately, as far as I can see, unless there's something here in systems that says otherwise. But if they did have that, that'd be great, because I need that girl to shut up. It's too much. It's honestly way too much of her talking in my face, in my ear all the time. Like, please stop. It's just way too much, honestly. Okay, Sacred. I mean, Sacred's kind of dumb, so I hope some of these fixes help. But issues where Raiden Sacred would allow the player to enter certain areas that should be inaccessible. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, fix an issue where controls would become unresponsive under certain conditions while riding the Sacred. I don't know about that one. I don't think that's what I know. Palico decreases. Nerfs to the Palico, which is great. People are saying just don't bring your Palico, but Capcom thought, you know what, we need to nerf this shit. It's not just for noobs, we just need to nerf it. I mean, I'm going to talk about this again in the future, but I mean, the conversations around the Palico have never been there before. No one talked about the Palico like they have in this game. Back in Generations, back in 4U, back in 3U, none of those games. Not even in Rise, actually, and not even in World, to be honest, when I think about it, apart from me. So I'm glad that Capcom have realized how OP these guys are, and they're making adjustments to make it so the frequency of them doing stuff isn't as frequent. Because I like having a party member. I like having my Palico with me, my partner. He's my partner, all right? You're only supposed to bring one in this game because apparently, well, some people said it's like more of a partner too. It's just you two, you know, you guys, but he's so OP, people are saying just leave him in camp, which really fights against the whole premise of him being your partner, really. Like, I'm just keeping him at home, cleaning my room, like cleaning the tent, cook me dinner, because I mean, he ain't useful for anything else. He's just way too useful that I don't want him about. Okay, well, just some other fixes and stuff you guys can read for yourself. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We talked for like 30 minutes, damn. 30-minute video from Nova Bushido in 2025. Crazy. What am I talking about? I do all the time. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We've gone through quite a lot of stuff Capcom have revealed for title update 1.5 and 2, I guess. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Anything you enjoyed, anything you didn't enjoy, anything I was too harsh on with my little rambles in the middle of little sections, you know. I think I was pretty fair though. I don't think I was harsh on anything in particular, but if I was, let me know. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. Another video should be coming out on Thursday. I'll catch you then. See ya.